Sounds like golfing weather, folks. That's right. Those of you who are retired, who dream about spending your whole life pursuing your passions, enjoying your life with your spouse or partner. Well, guess what, folks? It ain't as simple as it sounds. Let me introduce you to Miriam Goodman. She wrote the book Reinventing Retirement, and she is just about to release a new book called Too Much Togetherness. The name says it, but could you please explain what you mean by too much togetherness?
Well, the subtitle is Surviving Retirement as a Couple. And what I mean is that people don't really think about how much time you're going to be spending together as a couple after retirement. Each of you has had a to-do list for the last 40 years or so, and you've had other responsibilities, your children, your family, your work, and all of a sudden, there you are confronted with each other 24 hours a day, and you haven't talked about what it is that you expect to do. And today, we're so healthy, you might have 30 years after you retire.
But that sounds wonderful. I mean, we're in love. We're gonna
walk on the beach and watch the sunset. Yeah, well, that gets tired after a while, and mostly it gets tired because the woman is a multitasker. She's been doing a million things all along. She's got her friends, her family, her job, her volunteer work, her exercising, everything that she's been doing. He's got his job, which he doesn't have anymore. And
we're not doing too much stereotyping here,
well,
Miriam.
I agree. There are some men who find a passion in their retirement, and that's what we hope everyone will do. But so many men are just at loose ends without that identity of what they are. And I remember reading, a guy said he was at a swimming pool in a hotel in Tokyo, and he was the only one in there, and all of a sudden a man starts swimming the other way, and he gets to the end, and he gets out of the water, and he says to him, "I used to be a doctor." Not hello, how are you? The man was so involved in thinking I was somebody. And it's very hard to give that up, especially for men.
So you talk about 4 different types of guys. The glommer.
The glommer is the guy who follows you around all day, just doesn't want you out of sight. You know, you might want to go to lunch with your friend, and all of a sudden he's calling you on the phone. Where do you keep the butter? You know?
The general.
The general is the guy who comes in and says, you haven't been doing this right. I'm taking over. I don't like the way you load the dishwasher. You know, I don't know why you buy that brand of ketchup.
That's part of a grounds for murder. That really is. The gypsy.
The gypsy is the guy who can't sit still. He wants to go someplace all the time. He's planning your weekends away. He's planning travel. He wants to go someplace all the time. He can't deal with himself living at home.
Right. And unfortunately, in many cases, or maybe fortunately, the other partner may still be working.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of the worst part of it is.
It really is a problem because in this society, a lot of women had put their careers on hold for a while they were raising children, and now they're just at the place in their career where they're happy and fulfilled and have some responsibility. And he says, come home and take care of me all day long, and she just doesn't want to do that.
And finally, the ghost.
The ghost is the guy who really is depressed. You know, there's no other way to say it. He sits at home all the time, watches daytime soaps, watches game shows, maybe goes over to his computer and looks at the news every once in a while, but doesn't want to go anywhere, doesn't want to socially interact with your friends, and it's really, really sad.
So the key here, I get the hint, is start thinking about it before you retire.
Absolutely.
Start thinking about it now, no matter what your age is.
Think about what it is you want to do and communicate your desires, because too many men think, oh, she wants to do what I want to do. I even interviewed a financial consultant who said couples have come in to talk about it, and the guy just sits there and says, oh, yes, she agrees to this. She says, wait a minute, I'm here. Ask me. I've never, you know, and it's really sad because this is a society where we've had egalitarian couples, and all of a sudden the guy reverts back to his father.
Well, that's what happens when you get old. You start growing hair in strange places.
We haven't had role models. That's the main thing. We haven't had role models how to behave in retirement.
Too Much Togetherness is the name of the soon-to-be coming out book. It might be. Is it on?
May 8th. You can order it, pre-order it now online or at your favorite bookstore.
Also, Reinventing Retirement by Miriam Goodman. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
When we come back, they're out there in the lobby. The macho males from Thunder from Down Under are going to join us. That's coming up on KRON 4 News.